Yeah, I just want to send a video out to you guys because I really want to encourage you to come to our church-wide retreat, which will be October 6th through 7th at Caraway Conference Center, which is just near Ashburn, North Carolina. That time of year is gorgeous. Not in the mountains, but you kind of feel like you're in the mountains. It's just weird outcropping there. And we'll be having a sweet time together as a church. We've asked Dr. Matthew McDill to come and to speak. The topic is how to be a godly friend. And so we're going to look at different components of that, including, well, what is a godly friend? How to take initiative instead of waiting to make friends. Where do you find them at? Looking at curiosity versus just judgment. Looking at friendship and technology and what is even a friend now in the world where we've got social media. And so we're going to spend some time talking about that. And then we're going to look at what does it look like to be a godly friend in times of challenge and adversity. The challenge of our own sin and what can break a friendship and how to deal with that. The challenge of differences when people come at, well, a lot of issues with different viewpoints. That do we have to be so polarized? And trying to figure that out. How to share our loads with others and take the loads of others. Discouragement, grief, how to be a good friend in those times. And then look at what does it look like to be a good friend in times of well, prosperity and celebration and how to rejoice even when you're not feeling it, you know. Why should we rejoice in their celebrations? There's just some questions as we see in the Bible. What does it mean? I've asked Dr. McDill, and when I think of Dr. McDill, I think of his dad. That's how I first came to know him. His dad was a professor at Southeastern, but Matthew and I became friends while we were in high school, roommates in college, friends through seminary, and we walked on the same paths. And probably outside of my family, my wife, probably was a friendship that was more forming in my own life as a friend in those years from 17 through 23 when so much changes. He was there along with me. And so I've asked him to come. He is an elder, our elder candidate at Two Cities Church in Winston-Salem. He's also the North Carolina Home Educators Director, Executive Director for them. But those aren't the reasons why I've asked him to come. He's got his PhD in New Testament, so he's studied the Bible. But that's not the reason why I've asked him to come. It's because he has been a good friend in my own life, and something where we look back on these topics and subjects and realize, you know, he lived it out for me. And I try to live it out for him. And so I know that he can be. And so I want you to come and to learn, because part of having a church community is learning to be a good friend, a godly friend. And that's part of the core of if we're going to be family members together in Christ. Well, we've got to also know how to be a friend. And so it's something that works within our church, and studies today tell us that there is a famine of friendship in our society. And so it's one way we can make a difference and be light and salt is just be a good friend to the people around you. And so I think this has a way for us to influence all of society around us. So for you to benefit from that, you've got to be there. To be there, you've got to commit October 6th and 7th. And so when you get this email, go ahead and respond back. Let Tracy in our office know that you would like to come and that you can be reserved for those dates. It's Friday night. We'll have a supper together all through Saturday. We'll have 3 meals together on Saturday. Then we'll come home after supper on Saturday. Look forward to seeing you at that time. God bless.